one. So this was way back when the first year of the European Girls Math Olympiad. It was an 8-problem contest, not a 6-problem contest, and this was the last problem. Ever since 2013, it's been 6, so this is kind of all the way back in history. But problem goes, so I get a word is repetitive if it's a power, okay, it's whatever. And you have a word such that if you switch any 2 letters, it's repetitive, and show they're all repetitive. Okay. Let's do stuff. I actually have no idea what to do with this to start. So we will do the very legit strategy of try random examples. So the thing is, like, the smallest examples that aren't stupid are at the composite numbers like 6, right? Because if the number of letters is prime, the only repetitive word is actually just... Okay, so... Okay, well, let's just let n be the length of the word. So like in n equals 4 case, so there's 2 kind of repetitive words, one of which is, actually, you need at least 2 different prime factors for the problem to not be stupid. I guess that's what I'm saying. Is, every repetitive word for prime power like n equals 4 is still something like this. So in general, if you have A1, A2, A3, A4, and there's like 3 different branching things, A2, A1. Anyway, this just implies like literally A2 is equal to A3, and then A1 is equal to A4, and if you do the analogous thing, same thing happens. So n equals 6 is the first time that anything different happens, where there's 2 different kind of repetitive words. There's like a square and a cube. I feel like... yeah... I wonder if this condition is too strong. Do you think this condition is too strong? Like, it feels like you don't need all n-1 conditions. If you have just a few conditions, that already seems like it gives you a lot of power. Like, okay, here's the thing. Let's define the period. We'll define period in the obvious way. So we'll say that this is 3 periodic, this is 2 periodic. And I'm gonna look at just, let's say like, so okay, this, here's one thing, and here's another thing. So if 2 words have the same period, then oh my god. So if 2 words have the same period and the period is bigger than 1, then like let's say like it was something like this. It's like A1 is equal to A2. It's like there's a small number of bumps. Right. More than 3 repeats don't work, and more than 3 distinct letters in a repeat don't work. In which word? Yeah, I guess the way to actually think about it, if you just look at the first 2 things, it's like this word, these are the bit different parts, and everything else after that is the same. So I really should be thinking of this like from the end or something. Like I feel like I might. It's probably not literally true I only need the first two properties, but it feels like I don't need very many. Like n-1 feels overkill or something. Specifically, like if the period is 2, it implies a1 equals a2 equals a3. If the period is anything bigger than 2, it also implies a1 equals a2 equals a3, right? Like just comparing these two things alone, if they have the same period, that period is a1 equals a2 equals a3. And there's not that many different periods, because all the periods have to divide n. Okay, so I'm trying to decide what the least annoying thing to do is. But like, let's say like we have two things with the same period and they differ only in a single pair ij. So a1, a2, and you know, everything else looks basically the same. And then somewhere else, okay, well we'll put aj plus 1 here. So this is the original word. And a1, ai plus I, ai, aj plus 1. Then similarly, if I switch these two, if they have the same period, it should imply that these two letters are the same, right? Like this thing, like unless the period happens to be exactly this length and there's no other. Is that possible? Can you have it such that? I guess the period is a divisor, so it'd have to be like exactly n over 2 to be that unlucky. If it's anything other than n over 2, and you have to... Do I have to worry about the case where I plus 1 is equal to j? I'm assuming I less than j here. Can't we consider a sub k equal minus 1 equals a sub k plus 1 for all k's from 2 to n minus 1 as a lemma? Wait, what? How did you get that? Because that sounds really useful if that's easy. Without less of generality, there's only 2 letters. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah. Yes, I agree. Let's stay. Oh. Does that just work? This is just gonna work, isn't it? Yeah, there's no need to be this harebrained about it. Without less generality, we only need 2 letters. Because if there's more than 2 letters, if the letters are A, B, C, D, E, F, or whatever, you take all of B through F, call them 1, take A, call it 0. The repetitive property is still true. Which... Now if there's a place where the letters switch... If you take a place where there's 0, 1, and like you can switch it to 1, 0, yeah. But somehow you want to zoom into the places where there's breaks, like, really quickly, right? Having lots of letters is kind of a distraction. No, actually, here. If any two letters are consecutive, then the word is itself repetitive, and that makes our life a lot easier. Because then I don't... Because the thing that's been annoying me this whole time is you have to keep switching, like, between... Like, you have to keep considering two permutations at once. But if two of the letters are actually the same, then now I can only think about... Okay, cool. Let's do that. I think that will help. So we're gonna do this for log. And... do I care about anything here? So there's two cases. Either the word is 0101 or 1010. In which case, this one, there's only two cases. You can check them by hand. They obviously don't satisfy. Is it obviously don't satisfy? I think it's pretty clear they don't satisfy. It has. They have to not, right? How do I check this? 100101. Yeah. Yeah, if it's repetitive, there has to... Okay, yeah, this is fine. If the word is FK periodic, I think you're right. I think that's what I was trying to get at here with this green thing, where I'm like, look, like, okay. So otherwise, the word is itself periodic. So W is repetitive, say with period P. So W is itself equal to some binary sequence repeated a bunch of times. Let's say with period P minimal. Okay, so this should be some something like this. All right, pew 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 pew. Oh, whatever. And now the claim is that if I switch any two letters, it should still be periodic. And that just seems implausible. Like there's no way that will be true, right? What's the easiest way to see that? So what happens is if I switch two characters, any two consecutive characters, there has to be some corresponding new period, and that doesn't feel like it can happen. Why not? Yeah, the period has to switch. Like it changes to some different number that ostensibly is co-prime to P. Yeah, you don't want to share any common factors with P. Sorry, did I say period is the... Not quite the right thing to say. No, that's okay. Minimal period. No, it doesn't matter. It should be coprime, right? If you have a common factor, then you're screwed. Because you'll land on... Yeah, so it has to be coprime, and what it implies is that for... So, okay, you have an initial period p, and it tells you that a of I plus p equals ai for all I. And then you have another one where there's some q if you switch some two characters. Some two adjacent 0, 1. There's now a different period q. That q better be coprime to p, because otherwise if you go, you know, if you just walk a little bit, you'll eventually... No, maybe coprime's not the thing I want. It's... What is the thing? What is the thing that prevents me from... Q at least should not be a multiple of P. Maybe I'll put it that way. That's true, right? So now you have AI plus Q is equal to AI for every I except for like a certain... there's one for all I but 2. There's like 2 adjacent exceptions, and otherwise it's like plus Q. And the point is that if P doesn't divide Q, there's like this Euclidean algorithm thing you should be able to do, where you say like, okay, but now when I can shift by this, yeah. It's annoying because there's this but 2 condition. Like if you ignore the thing that says but 2, this should instant kill the problem. But it's like there's one hiccup somewhere, but there's a hiccup for every pair of adjacent 0s and 1s. So maybe I just need to look at some convenient place. So I think there are fewer than... I think there's exactly 2 green splotches, right? Yeah. Because if you do the argument on... Okay, so... if there's at least 3 green splotches... Or, okay, Q might be a lot bigger than P. That's the thing that's annoying. But it's at most n over 2. So you should be able to... What am I trying to do? Yeah, if P plus Q is less than N, it should just work. Yeah, it should just work. And it is less than n because the p and q both divide n. I think. Like, oh, frick, that's annoying. Look inside the block of P. Look for the first 0-1 pair that you can swap. So suppose it's this. And then when you swap it, there's some different Q, which has some divisor of n/2. And then oh, this is so annoying. I want it to be contained inside I don't know, something like this. Then there's like some Q. Like there's a half of the word that's unaffected by this change. It's like this entire chunk here. And I want it to be... I want to do Bezier on it. Do I have enough space? I think I should. Because you always get at least half the word. You always get at least half of the word. Is there a dead? No, but you need more than... If you want to do the jumpy thing, you need a little more space. So it's the n/2 case that's really annoying. Can I just handle the n/2 case by hand and deal with everything else later? Like I'm really trying to avoid the like, you know, the plague spot here where it switches. I'm being too gentle. I should just force my way through, right? Like there's so many constraints and not enough things to actually stop me. It's like because for every pair of non-matching letters, there should be some Q associated to it. Also, is the case where P is n/2 like supposed to be easier? Like, conceivably, I could just not have this edge case if I can rule out n/2 somehow. feel like there should just be a way to... Is this a live where you're going to make some research? No, I'm just doing high school contest problems. I tried to do my PhD work on stream once and then it was a disaster. I didn't get very much done. It was just like, We're swapped to one of the ends is... Yes, I agree that if you have enough space, you're fine. So I'm just trying to decide, like, is there a way around this? Or alternatively, just if you know the word is n/2, is there something special you can do? I'm not sure. Okay, like, I should just write n=6 at this point, right? I feel like I'm dancing around this. For n=6, what actually goes wrong? If I take a cube, I guess there's not that many interesting cubes. Or something. And I swapped 2 of them. Yeah. It's like off by 1. Hey, the number of the sum of the indices where there's ones gives you some power, right? Is that true? Like just the number of total ones, like if you have a period, then I should be looking at the number of words, right? Like, okay, I've been phrasing things in terms of period, but maybe what I should say is, like, n/p for any period has to divide the number of ones, which is fixed. So any 2 periods have to... What's the condition?
If I put it down, you can take it. If I put it down, you can take it. If I put it down, you can take it.
Oh my god.
If I put it down, you can take it.
Wait, okay, this tells me something. Let me figure out what it tells me. Like if your periods are small, like they're not n/2, fine. If so 2 is the worst case in both ways. Like it tells you the number of ones has to, okay. Like if n=12 and you have 6 ones, it doesn't rule out very much. Okay, yeah, never mind. So the bad case is the same bad case for both of them. And n=6 is probably not a good prototype. No, okay, what goes wrong with n=12? Yeah, n=12 is a better prototype. So if I have, so I'm scared of the case when there's exactly half as many zeros and ones, right? But it's just like, this is never gonna... This is not gonna fly. It's not even close. This is probably not a good example to think about. 0, 1, 1, 0. What's an example that at least looks plausible? That's annoying. Escape default. I have my keyboard mapped so that the caps lock key is escape, which is good for a lot of things, not just Vim. What's a plum statement? Oh yeah, we kind of scrolled past it. Here, plum statement. Like, I feel like I should just be able to run the problem over. There's like a few cases that are really annoying, and I'm like trying to be gentle and not fight them. But maybe this feels like a power through moment. Like I feel like maybe I should just like be like, no, we're just gonna go full steam and not look back. Thank you, Rubik's Cube, for the follow. Just in general, if I have two powers of different periods, like, what is the minimal edit distance? It can't be very small, right? Like, there's no way it's one flip. If I have, like, some blocks, like, that look like this is like an over 2 and an over 3, for example. Okay, it should just... There's like one place... There's literally only one pair of indices for which I can't compare them. Like, is this really going to kill it? Like, it's one swap. It's one swap. What happens when you swap the first... Wait. Plus number of zeros. N minus number of zeros. This forces like n over 6 zeros to the very front. what's going on? So you swap the first set, and then I don't follow. Peace. Or whatever, I don't know. Can I like look at the half of the word that doesn't have the swapped pair? If I cut here, just look at this side. If I had the plus P plus Q argument, okay, actually literally doesn't tell you anything here. But it does tell you like wants to jump to AP minus PQ for positive AB. Spam. Until it hits a dead stare. Is P the bottom period? P is the bottom period. Okay. I see. Okay, so you're saying, look at the initial block of zeros, do the swap, and then if this has a period P, this is period Q, then let's always jump P forward. If it's starting from any index that isn't... No, but you also, like... Okay. Consider going P forward, and then Q is some... So you could either do plus P and minus Q, and the only time... Oh, here's a question. Is this graph connected? Maybe that's really what I want to say. Like, there's this kind of graph on... Well, there's... Okay, so this is number theory going on, so I can't... But... Look at GCDPQ. If you either go plus P or minus Q, the only time you run into a problem is if you can't do either, meaning you're at the end of the word, so plus P would take you out of it, and then minus Q would land you exactly in like 0000001. This bad area. So now I have to actually deal with the plus and minus ones, which I was hoping I wouldn't have to do. But... Okay, fine. I'll actually count. I was hoping I wouldn't have to count. So this is Q things. This is one thing. This is at least P minus 1 things. So the number of zeros, yeah, is at least non-strictly n over 6 with equality of P. Okay. Or wait, which one did we change? Yeah, we moved the 1 to the left. So in the original thing with P, Oh, this is gonna be so annoying to write up. Is there really not a cleaner way to do this? I just feel like we have so many more conditions than we can possibly use. But somehow, like, this n equals 6 case keeps showing up. Like, I think if you boil this down... Zero, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Yeah, like, if you actually have a block of n over 6 zeros in a row, then all your periods have to be... Well, also, this case can only happen when p equals n halves and q is n thirds. It just won't work. Like, if you actually... look at what happens. I just feel like there should be a better way to do this. Like... Just the condition. You have so many given conditions. The given conditions are way stronger than they have any right to be. So like now that we're all the way here, is there really not a way I can do this without having to split into cases like this? Yeah, I don't know. It feels like I should just be able to run it over. Like here's something stupid I want to try. All right, suppose you have something that looks like this, where like there's like a mutation in one place, and you look at the GCD. So in this case, it's like something like this, right? And like this mutation. Oh, it might cross the border. Oh, that's super annoying. Like, I feel like I want to reduce it to... If I mutate one symbol... Oh, freaking heck. Is there not a better... I really don't want to go this route, because I'm confident if I fought this route for long enough, then I could eventually write a solution, but it would be super ugly. So... Yeah, I would very much prefer a global solution. In which case, what do I want to look at? Just like the... Like, for example, when you have 2, you know that number of words is even or something. Or the number of ones. But I feel like you should be able to do better than that. Plus P. Yeah, maybe I'm trying too hard to avoid the flipped bit. Maybe I should, instead of running away from it, I should try to embrace it. Like, if I start from the wrong bit, go plus P, and do the plus P minus Q thing, yeah, if I start from the wrong bit and do this plus P minus Q argument, plus P minus Q plus P, you can do this. Does it give me any power? Almost all the things are the same. Yeah, actually, I think if you start from the wrong bit and do the plus P minus Q thing, that's actually what you want. Right? Because you have to eventually... in fact... Yeah. No. If you do the plus P and minus Q thing from the wrong bit, I think that's the solution. Like starting from here and here. So one of them lets you jump by let's without, I don't even care which one was the original. Let's say P is greater than Q. And then you look at a pair. You start from a 0, and when I move plus P to things to the right, it's still 0. When I move back Q, it's still 1. And I can do this. Yeah, you can just do this, right? And this will work. Yeah, I keep trying to avoid the wrong bit, but that's actually not the... that's actually where you want to start. You start here, you go plus P, and then you keep going plus P until you can't anymore, and you keep going minus Q until you can't anymore. And eventually after, like... Eventually you end up back here, and then you followed a bunch of zeros and you ended up in the 1, and then that's bad. That should work, right? Like now you actually want to land back here, and you will because of number theory reasons. I think that's just works. I want to say this works. In which case, you don't need the 0-1 optimization for this solution, actually. Actually, no, you need it a little bit because I wanted to have only 1 bad spot instead of 2 bad spots. No reason not to do the optimization. Do I... Does this work? Hang on. D plus P and minus Q. Oh, am I worried about landing here? If I do this procedure, can I land on the other bad spot? Because there's 2 bad spots, not just 1. Goddamn. That's actually an issue, right? Fine. Let me play this up. I start from here. 3. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. You end up here. That's not good. Ah, damn it. Okay, never mind. Goddamn. There's 2 bad spots, not just 1. If you run into both of them, then you don't get a contribution. I can swap any pair of adjacent letters, right? So... So if P and Q have GCD 1, that's the only time this bad situation will happen, right? If P and Q literally have the same GCD. But I feel like, or if P and Q are co-prime, can that happen? Because N over P and N over Q both have to divide the number of 1s. I want to say that's not good. If P and Q are co-prime, this is really bad. Because then the number of 1s has to actually equal N. Yeah, for example, yeah, n over 2 and n over 3. But more generally, just if p and q are co-prime and n over p divides a number and n over q divides the number of ones, then the number of ones is like 0 or n, which is not amazing. It just can't happen. And if p and q have a common factor, then I'm not worried about the second bad spot anymore. And now I can freely do this plus p minus q argument. And it's just fine. Like the first time you run back into the spot, you're like, well, that's not supposed to happen, and then that's it. So now that works, right? I think. Now that's fine. You let D be the GCD, you focus only on the things, and now it's like... In fact, you might even be able to do it globally if you let D be the number of, if you let D equals GCDPQ, the number of ones changes, and that's not good. Right? Like, in this example, if I only look at the things that are... D... I think I might even be able to do it globally, which is good because I trust global arguments. It's harder to screw those up. Is that... do I believe this? So you look at the... the number, yeah, so the number of ones minus 1 is supposed to be divisible by... so, well, whatever the hell it is. The number of blocks, right, is the way I should think about it. I really shouldn't use p and q, right, honestly. I should just use the number of blocks. But anyways, this is n over p, this is n over q. So n over p and n over q can't share common factors. Oh, this is so confusing. What is going on? Yeah, I'm sure there are ways you can find a case check this. I really don't want to do it because then I have to write it. But I think something like this. Is it n over p? N over p sounds wrong. I don't remember. I don't know what it is. Oh my god. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't global it. I should just, like, do the plus p minus q thing, right? But if I can global it, I want to global it so that it's easier to write. I think if I zoom in, the global thing probably doesn't work anymore, though. Like, if I... Only look at 6 things. Yeah, that's actually really okay. Well, we'll just do a plus p minus q part for the second half, and then we'll just leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Okay. I'll do a write-up of this. I don't think I'm gonna upload the write-up phase to YouTube because it's not going to be particularly quick. So for those of you that are watching on YouTube, we'll probably leave off here. Again, basically, the short version is you translate to 2 symbols. You look at the 2 periods PQ, and then. Well, first of all, you look for once you're down to the 0-1 case. Unless the string happens to be an alternating string, you get that the original word has a pair of adjacent identical bits. So now you are only swapping 1 thing instead of 2 things. You let P and Q be the periods. And so then you show that P and Q should have a common factor, because otherwise the number of 1s doesn't work by a global count, and then you do a plus p minus q argument to show that something goes really wrong. Yeah, that should be okay. And yeah, so the full write-up will be on my website later. Thanks for tuning in, and yeah, this video's already gone too long, so we'll cut it here.